Hey, no one is talking about the psychology of Ja Morant's recent actions. Everyone is hung up on his friends, his attitude, the cultural reasons for it. And I think that's all fine. But I want to have a constructive discussion on the psychology behind why he did what he did and why he probably will continue to do that. So I'm a big fan of Carl Jung's work. Some of it is maligned, but some of it is really good. And specifically, I want to talk about information gathering and processing. Now, there is a scale of information gathering and processing, and it's the sensory and intuition scale, right? It's the S to N. Sensory is typically around a person's ability to observe, be observant in the real world and pick up on precisely what's going on at any one moment in time. Now, the other end of that spectrum is intuition or intuitiveness. And that is about, once you've taken information in, it's about processing it, understanding it, organizing it, and making sense of it. Okay. Now, 99% of athletes, professional athletes, especially the ones in team sports, they are sensory driven people. That means that they are seeing precisely what's going on. If you imagine like a football game or a basketball game, obviously, anything like that, they've got to see what's going on in the moment and react to it. And that's why the very highest levels of sport attract sensory people, people who can see, observe, and live in the very moment. Okay. Now, do you see what I'm saying? That live in the moment. What Ja Morant did on a live stream, he was living in the moment. And this is why you see some absolutely batshit crazy athletes doing things like, posting videos and of them getting in fights or posting, sexually assaulting people, bizarre things. You'd think, why on earth would they do that? Well, it's because they're so sensory that they have very little intuition. They have very little faculty for making decisions that will affect their future. It's actually an existential threat to them thinking about their future because they are trained, or their cognition operates at living in the moment. And this is why Napoleon Bonaparte, he hated people who were intuitives, for his soldiers, for his army, because those people would simply get the army killed. They would lose because they're sitting there ruminating and thinking about what they need to do. And that's not right. You've just got to see something happen and you've got to react to it. And that's the irony of the whole thing, which is that the very thing that gives Ja Morant his incredible skills, his unbelievable athleticism, this sensory, this gross motor skills, and gives him his split-second decision making and his $200 million contract is the very thing that can take it away. So, something to think about, and he will continue to do that. He will do that. The only thing that will change is going to be a change to his environment. So let's see. Let's hope for the best. We all love Ja, and we wish him the best. We wish him to have good people around him in his environment, and really can level him up and prevent him from doing such thing. Peace.